So after just under a year of waiting, the small team behind Ostriv has delivered another awesome update that continues the realistic feel of the game while adding new features and production buildings that allow you to extend your game time. The update also comes with a large amount of bug fixes and minor changes that help to make the experience cleaner and feel more smooth. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you some of the major features added, as well as talking about some of the more minor changes implemented that make the game a little bit more special. Let's get into it. The first feature I want to talk about is house yards. The developer hinted at this with his previous October 2020 report, showing how the villagers would start to grow their own crops that they'd consume and sell on the market with their own yard. However, this has been even further expanded with the Alpha 4 update. Now, you can actually tax the yard space as the mayor of the village, so the bigger the yard, the more money the residents have to pay, but the more food they get to grow. You can also now change the size of the yard much more easily, as well as move the house around inside the yard with the F1 key. This dramatically changes how you can make your village look, as well as making the game feel a bit more unique, as there isn't many games that have systems like this. Another minor feature that the developer has added to do with house yards is the addition that villagers will now plant flowers when spring has arrived. This is such a fantastic little feature that doesn't add much to the gameplay, but that just shows the attention to detail the developer is willing to put in to Ostriv to make it such a unique and special game. So the second major feature added is a better courier system. A new building called the wagon shed has been added. This employs workers to work with the carts full time, meaning that you can easily transport goods without having villagers having to stop their other job to do this. You can also use the building to move resources in your stockpiles much more easily, as there is a new resource movement feature using the wagon sheds. Women in the village can now also use the carts, however they have got a small penalty to pulling them. Talking about stockpiles, there is also a new cap on stockpile limits, so unlike before, you can't store endless supplies in the warehouses. The third grouping of features is a better family system. Children will now inherit deceased parents' wealth. Old people will also try and move in with their younger children if they're living alone in a house, so this saves house space, as well as giving it a more realistic feel too. Food consumption also depends on families' budgets, as well as the market price and market stock of foodstuffs in the village. You can also see all the family tree when you click on one house, whereas before you'd have to locate all the separate houses to see who's in one family. The Alpha 4 update also comes with a host of new buildings. The primary school building is the first education building in Ostriv. This will hopefully lead to more education buildings being added, as well as the education system having almost like an uplift, with it becoming a much more prominent factor in the wealth and job availability of the workers. Another building added is the construction office. This is a later game building that allows you to recruit even more builders, not limiting you to the amount you could hire from the Mayor's Hall. The newest production building added is the Saltworks building. This building allows you to exploit salt mines all over the map. The salt the building produces will most likely have a bigger effect later in Ostriv, where you can use it to cure meat and probably for other buildings once they're added by the development team. Now with most of the major features out the way, these are some minor improvements that the Ostriv development team have added that just help to improve the quality of life of the game. The first feature is a new gazebo building. This building doesn't provide any major benefits to your community, but it does just allow you to make your community feel a bit nicer, as well as have a small area for your villagers to relax. Another small addition is a new tree type, fir trees. When you start the game, you're able to choose between the old type of trees or a new fir tree. There have also been an improvement in the animations and visuals for the game, such as building animations for houses and the farm buildings, and ambient occlusion rendering additions for the general feel on the map. There has also been new help tips and text informations added to buildings such as the fisheries and the chicken coops. And there's been a lot of quality of life features added to how the villagers operate around your village, purchasing at markets closer to where they live, better pathfinding that improves performance, and other small features such as more smoke from the charcoal buildings, and being able to see the income your people generate when looking at their houses. So that's a list of all the major improvements that have been added in Alpha 4, as well as some of the more minor features that I thought improved the game. I hope you found this video useful, and thanks for watching.